So I think we both saw this headline. I didn't watch the full episode today, but there was a Dr. Phil episode where Matt Walsh, the contributor and writer for the Daily Wire, he was debating or just on a panel about transgenderism, and he was going up against somebody who was, I believe, non-binary or maybe transgender. I don't really know. To me, it just looked like a woman with a full-grown beard, and it threw me off. And I know it made a lot of the rounds in the news today, and it made us want to talk about transgenderism. So, Jake, take the lead on this one. What do you think?
I'm trying to pull up how it was him and like two other people, and then there was also a third person who was like some professor somewhere. But I'm trying to find. Give me a second. I'm trying to find exactly how they identified themselves because they were like a couple.
Oh,
all right, hold on a second. This is Addison and Ethan.
Addison and Ethan.
Let me find. Addison is the one I believe with the long hair and the beard.
Okay, yeah, I saw a few like still images of that, and that's stuff that'll make your skin crawl.
Okay, Ethan is the guy with the short hair. Addison hopes to educate others on being non-binary. Ethan was some sort of like it said trans masculine. I don't know. Hold on, I gotta find. But anyway, I'll find it as I'm looking. But yeah, the whole thing was later in the episode. I didn't get to watch the episode. I don't think anybody did. It was on during Biden's speech, which was, I don't even know if you can call it a speech. It was, I mean,
what most of what he says cannot be. Yeah,
I mean, he was just babbling on. But so I think they're actually going to show it again, like this next morning at like 2 a.m. But some of the clips are on YouTube. So basically, the main part was Matt Walsh was saying, he asked them that they don't, like he said, how do you know what a woman is? What is a woman? And they couldn't define it, but they still would use it as, so basically they were saying no one can be a woman because everybody has their own definition of woman. And he said, well, what is a woman? And they said, well, I don't know the answer to that. So it's basically the argument of, they're trying to make an argument of something that they don't know the definition to. So it would be like me saying to you, I don't know what this means, but everybody should have their own definition of what it is, but I don't know what it is. So I don't know how to tell people that they should feel a certain way, which makes absolutely no sense. But
hey,
it also he actually later in the episode, they had I believe a couple that were with Matt Walsh on his side that were talking about how schools have started to have gender neutral bathrooms in schools, and how their daughter would not be comfortable if there is a man in that, the bathroom with her. I don't know how old the daughter was, but Matt Walsh cited a instance where I want to say transgender girl, but it was a boy who thinks he's a girl, was in a bathroom, and they allowed it because they didn't want to hurt his feelings. I'm not sure how old he was. I'm assuming teenagers, but they ended up finding out that he was assaulting and abusing girls in the bathroom because he had access to the bathroom. So, I mean, they asked this doctor who's on this Dr. Phil show, who's got a mullet, and I don't know if she identifies as a woman. I don't know if she knows what a woman is, but they asked her about it, and she said that she doesn't really know for sure if it's a safety issue to have gender neutral bathrooms. And the whole point was, well, yes, because we've just had this example of this boy who said he was a girl and used that as an opportunity. Now, maybe he does believe he's transgender, I don't know, but he used that as an opportunity to openly abuse girls in a high school bathroom.
And I think I know exactly what you're talking about. It's in Loudoun County in Virginia.
Yeah, that's it.
Because the Daily Wire's own investigative journalists were the ones who discovered it. So yeah, that's what Matt Walsh had a lot of ammunition in that regard with that. It's a complete, I don't even want to know, temptation for a guy who maybe isn't raised the best, or he's just kind of twisted in his head because he's a teenage boy in this crazy perverted society. Like, now you're just giving them the free option because you can't tell these people no. If I went up to one of these people and said, I'm a girl, they'd be like, oh yeah, you're a girl. Yeah, that's insanity to me.
Well, he also made a point, Matt Walsh made a good point. He said, you don't get to choose your pronouns, but you also, it would be like me saying that you can choose your adjectives. And when you talk to somebody, you have to identify, or you have to call them and identify them as smart, handsome, intellectual, even though they may not be. I mean, he's like, the whole point is I can't choose what my pronouns are, they, them, z, they, zippity doo dah, whatever. The same way, I can't just identify as somebody who's handsome, somebody who's intelligent, somebody who's smart, trustworthy, whatever. Those are character traits that come along with your personality.